Welcome back to teachingorchestra.com. Today we're going to use a tuning method that is in this awesome book, Cello Mind. If you haven't read this book, it's a very interesting read, and it has one of the techniques to get kids to learn how to play in tune is the glissando method. I call it the slide into pitch method. This book was published in 2017, which was about 4 years ago, yeah. But, I didn't actually steal this from this book. I've been using this a long time before, and I know other orchestra directors are doing the same thing. And these guys here in high school, they can attest that we've been doing this since before this book came out. So I'm not exactly sure who I stole this from, but, it's in this book too. You should give it a read. So how this is going to work is, again, we're troubleshooting an intonation problem. We're having something that we can't quite tune, okay? So what we're going to do is deliberately create an out-of-tune situation, because if there's a chord that we can't quite tune, it's because somebody hasn't adjusted yet, right? So when we play something we know is out of tune, everybody is under the assumption that they're out of tune, and everybody is under the assumption that they're going to have to adjust. So what this does is it gets somebody from level 1 tuning into level 2 tuning. Level 1 being unaware of what they're hearing, level 2 meaning they're creating awareness and they're adjusting into pitch. So we're going to start with a G major chord. Let's just get it into our ears so we know what's going on. So here's G major. Ready, breathe. Problems on this chord, and that's great because now we have the opportunity to solve those problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the students to pick a random spot on the same string. So whatever string you're on, shift into position, pick a random note, and then we're going to slide back down into pitch. It's going to sound like the THX intro where, it's like the T.
The audience is now deaf.
Anyway, all right, so we're going to pick another random note. Ready, play. Now slide. Okay, much more in tune after we assume that we're out of tune and make that adjustment. Now, one of the issues that we had was some of the students were coming to the note and then they passed it and had to come back. So we're going to try this again, and we're going to have them move a little more slowly and get them to stop when it's right in tune and not continue. Okay? Here's the G major chord in tune. And it sounds so bad, and then they get it in tune, it's like, and it teaches them how to adjust, and there's sort of a brainstem connection too, and there's even a limbic connection too, where it's uncomfortably out of tune, and suddenly it's a soothing in tune sound, and it starts to build a reward into the system. So we have a behavior, we have a mechanism, and then we have a reward, and the reward is we get to play in tune. Another way we can approach this is from the other angle, and this is particularly good if we're working on a note where a student has to shift into an upper position or a middle position or something like that. They're not quite getting the shift. Usually if they're shifting up, the shift is going to be too low, so the way to address it is we're going to have them slide up into pitch, okay? So here's the G major chord again. Ready? Breathe. Don't slide too awful fast because we want to hear the change and we don't want them to go past it. So when they start sliding, they can slide quicker until they kind of get to that spot and then kind of slow down until they get there and have them take as much time as they need in order to develop that in-tune sounding chord. So sliding into pitch is another great technique that you can use in class if you have some chord or some note that tends to be a real bugaboo and you need to get them to be able to hear so that they can audiate, so they can go from level 1 to level 2 tuning, and hopefully level 2 into level 3 tuning, where they start to be able to hear that chord in advance and adjust before they even play the note. Again, thank you for watching our video today. I hope you learned something. I hope this is something that's helpful for you in your classroom to improve your orchestra's intonation.